She was the pastor's daughter, the girl who always followed the rules. He was the town's bad boy, raised by a gang, feared by many. At a high school party that changed everything, Ellie Jones made one reckless decision that shattered her perfect image and tied her heart to Asher King, the one boy she was told to stay away from. When a secret pregnancy is exposed, two worlds collide. The pastor's congregation demands silence. The Red Snakes gang wants control. But Ellie and Asher want their baby, and each other. Now, love isn't just about passion, it's about survival. Subscribe to the Story Portal for a raw and emotional journey of love, rebellion, and the fight to stay together against all odds. Ellie Jones had always been the good girl. Church every Sunday, homework always turned in, curfews respected, and a reputation that sparkled like the stained glass windows of her father's chapel. But even the purest hearts have questions. And that night, her first high school party, was the night Ellie stopped wondering what it felt like to be reckless. It wasn't the music or the lights that pulled her in. It was him. Asher King. The boy with cigarette smoke in his hair and rebellion in his eyes. The one everyone whispered about, warned against. Leader in the making of the Red Snakes gang, dangerous, untouchable, and heartbreak in human form. Their eyes met across the room. And somehow, despite all logic and every warning she'd ever been given, she walked toward him. He didn't try to impress me. He didn't even pretend to be good. But when he looked at me, I didn't feel like a pastor's daughter. I felt like me. The kiss was impulsive. The decision was wild. And the consequences? Unimaginable. Because by the time the night was over, Ellie's life had changed forever. And the first heartbeat that would grow inside her wasn't just hers anymore. The weeks after the party passed in a blur for Ellie. Church services, morning prayers, study sessions, it all continued, just as it always had. But inside her, something was different. Something she couldn't ignore. The dizziness. The late period. The quiet, creeping fear that grew louder every day. I kept telling myself it was just stress. I couldn't be pregnant. I mean, that only happens to other girls, right? The wild ones. Not girls like me. But when she stood in the small bathroom stall at school, staring down at two pink lines on the test she bought in secret, Ellie Jones stopped being the girl she used to be. And in that moment, one truth became impossible to deny. She was pregnant. And Asher King was the father. She didn't know what scared her more, telling him, or facing her father. Pastor Benjamin Jones had built his life around discipline, respect, and public image. His daughter's pregnancy would be more than a scandal. It would be a disgrace. A stain on his sermons, a blow to his pride. But Ellie wasn't the only one about to be tested. Across town, in a cluttered garage filled with motorcycle parts and Red Snakes graffiti, Asher King received a text that would change his life too. "We need to talk. It's serious." When I saw her name, my chest got tight. I knew it wasn't good. But pregnant? I never saw that coming. He wasn't ready. He didn't even think he was capable of being someone's protector. But one look at Ellie's tear-filled eyes, and he knew. He'd fight for her. He'd fight for the baby. Even if it meant going to war with his own family, and hers. Ellie and Asher came from two completely different worlds. She was the pastor's daughter, raised in a home of rules, scriptures, and silence. He was the Red Snake's heir, tattoos, engine grease, and a past littered with violence. But in that small moment, sitting side by side on a rusted park bench, the world seemed to disappear. It was just the two of them. And the life they'd created, growing quietly, secretly inside Ellie. I was terrified. I thought he'd run. But he didn't. He just sat there, breathing hard, like he was trying to hold the whole world in place. Asher didn't have the words. All his life, he'd learned how to fight with fists, not feelings. But he made her a promise that day, his voice rough, his eyes raw. "I got you, Ellie. I swear. I'll take care of you. Both of you." No one's taking this away from us. But promises weren't enough. Not when two powerful forces were closing in. At home, Ellie began noticing her father watching her more closely. His sermons turned to sin and shame. He had suspicions. And if he ever found out the truth? And on the other side of town, Asher's uncle, leader of the Red Snakes, had other plans for him. A gang legacy to inherit. A future carved in blood. A baby didn't fit into either of those stories. We were living on borrowed time. One wrong move, and it would all come crashing down. So they began meeting in secret, back alleys, abandoned classrooms, anywhere they could be together, just for a moment. Planning. Hoping. Dreaming. But no secret stays hidden forever. And when it breaks, it shatters.